in this game as well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Watson. Just keeping the play alive. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a first down throw, Watson. Trying to lay one up deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because a strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And out across midfield down to the 45.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Back to Mixon on second down. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Second down and 8. Watson now to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. Touchdown! T. Higgins. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals on one play have taken the lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Browns, nothing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On 1st and 10, Watson dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Watson looks to throw again. Drops it off for Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. A shotgun snap for Watson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And they go play action now. Burrow. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. Woo! And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
That's how you score.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
To throw again on second down, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be out right at the 35.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
And that is incomplete.
Yeah, it's almost human nature, isn't it? They score on one play, you come out on offense, you try and do exactly the same thing. They tried the deep ball, couldn't quite connect, but give them an A for effort.
2nd and 10.
To throw is Watson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, here's Watson. Fighting his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland, and to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
That's the tight end Hurst with it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's Burrow.
Open man is Chase, complete.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
He will find his man Chase, complete.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Mixon.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Now's the time. Don't give him nothing.
Jamar Chase
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And McPherson on for the extra point.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Bengals 28, Browns nothing.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Minus 57, 57's mine. Let's go, Pete. Tighten up.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
That is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
12.
Burrow on play action. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsm. And the Browns are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one, 30 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Watch out. Check 26, check 26. Check. F85.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his running back, Mixon. Room here to run. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A big play there for Cincinnati.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Here we go.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, and moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as Graham opts not to return it. The Browns drive about to get started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On first down, it's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Just like that.
Watson now to throw. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Watch the boot, watch the boot. 57, Mike, 57. Here we go, D. Alert, alert. Here I come again.
Watson on first down. This is caught, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point attempt here still to come. And he gets it to go to make this a 35-10 score now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
There's a nice move, and he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
95 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Mixon. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, Mixon. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They run for it with Mixon. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
First and goal at the 10-yard line.
Here we go.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati.